bite between comb and bowl. Too soft, and it snags and furs. Too hard, and it skates. Or the bowl breaks. It is all this exactitude and all this excess in one place that collapses time for me. I know this bowl, I think. It took a minute on the wheel, perhaps less, was dry for trimming within a few hours on a morning like this. It would be one of dozens on a board, passed on into the hands of the decorator and finished by noon. We are swishing our way through the undergrowth with sticks, because of snakes, and I toss the shards back into the hillside in a moment of exultant connectedness, and have to try and find my bit of 12th century wine cup 10 minutes later to check on its weight. But this is beyond checking. The scale of this stretches me. This place is one of hundreds in these hills, not a major kiln site, unimportant for art history, not documented, known to the farmers who would have to deal with the waste, the shards they have to shovel away to clear the field for beans, and known more latterly with the odd chancer braving the old woman in the farmhouse and digging and sifting for treasures to sell on in the Monday market in the city 12 miles away. 2. 800 years ago, there would have been a couple of dozen potters here on this hillside, clagged with mud in winter, beset with horseflies on a midsummer morning like this, snakes in every season. The kilns are long gone, the bricks reused for a shed or pigsty, broken up for foundations or weathered back to the earth, but these slopes would have been useful to build into. And the bamboo and these long flat grasses would have been cut for packing finished pots, to carry down to the river, to the boats, to take them to the city. And the wares that went wrong would have been thrown over a shoulder from the kiln mouth at opening, collecting season by season amongst the stones and the shifting earth in the spring rains. So many thousands and thousands of pots that haven't worked, each sagar that cracks, needing to be made again, each stack of tea bowls that warp another few hours of effort to bank, another part of a day lost. The potters here would have been paid by finished pots, piecework, not wages. Pots cover every inch of space before the door, writes a poet 1,000 years ago. But there's not a single tile on the roof, whereas the mansions of those who wouldn't touch clay bear tiles overlapping tightly like the scales of a fish. This answers my question of how you make a living when things go so wrong so often. You work even harder, you make more, and then some more. 3. If I look south from here across the valley floor, I can just make out the river several hundred feet wide as it passes through the city, flowing from the north towards the Yangtze. Tributaries join it, snaking their way down from the hills. Behind me, 30 miles away, are the hills that make up Kaoling Mountain, and there are mountains ringing every direction. The forests are a dense black-green smudge. I can see the highway, but the only sounds are of the breeze in the bamboos and the crickets in the tall grasses. I've been looking at all the maps. There are Chinese ones from the 17th century, schematic ones that show the arrangement of houses and kilns and rivers. There are the Jesuits' maps from a century later, the first dogged attempts to make the country explicable to the West, and then the strangely anemic maps in the books of the archaeology of the region, variant names hopefully pinned to the hills and rivers. A favourite is from 1937, when Mr. A.D. Branxton, a young Englishman, climbed these hills and sketched a map with a scale of about 3 miles to an inch, small wobbly bowls for kiln sites. There are great gaps in his maps due to rumours of banditry. He makes this landscape look like Hampshire. But nothing has prepared me for this. It is a beautiful puzzle of a landscape. Stretching before me is earth and forests and water and villages. And somehow people and happenstance and trade and taste combined here to make this the centre of porcelain for the world.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.